And we welcome you to Irving, Texas. We are on the campus of the Highland School here in Irving, Texas here. And we are just under 10 minutes, just under 9 minutes rather, shy of a kickoff here in this quarterfinal matchup. Here in this one, the Knights will be just about set to run through their banner, and then we'll hit the national anthem as the Greenville Christian faithful applaud their squad coming out here on the field. We will step aside, and we will be back after the national anthem and the pregame program, and we will be back in about 5 minutes for the kickoff of this game. Stay tuned. This is Valor Knights Football.
Welcome everybody to this high school playoff football game. We're excited to bring together the Valor Preparatory Academy from Waco, Texas. And the Greenville Eagles. From Greenville. All right, if everybody would, please stand and remove cover. We go to the Lord in prayer. God, we just thank you for tonight, God. We thank you for a free country we get to live in and raise our children in and compete and raise our families together, God. And we just are excited about tonight. We're excited about this competition. We just pray over all the players, the coaches, the refs, and the fans. Thank you for this facility for us to get to play in. We thank you for playoff football, God, to get to participate in this part of the season. And God, we just lift everything up for you, all for your glory and your honor. We just pray that you bless tonight. In Jesus' name, amen. Please remain standing for our national anthem. you can see the flag on the fence, I think.
I think I need to be on here. Are you good with, yeah.
It is just about quarterfinal playoff football time here in Irving, Texas, as we are at a neutral site here on this evening. We are at the Highland School, and their brand new turf field in 2025 complete here. Still working on the track, but a brand new field. Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in here this evening. Ben Brown, Jake McCormick with you live here. And Jake, going into the quarterfinals, this team had a really good win last week. What do you expect to see from them today on the field?
I think they're going to have a lot of energy. It's quarterfinals. They want to keep on going. They really want to make the semifinals and eventually state. So I think they're going to really come out with a lot of energy, being confident in what they know, what they need to do. And if they get into any adversity, being able to fall back on good habits. So I think that's what we're going to see today.
Agreed. As we will see, it looks like the Knights are about to kick this one off. So the Knights will receive in the second half. So something to keep an eye on. Knights will receive in the second. Here we go. Kickoff from Irving, Texas. The quarterfinals are underway. A squib kick from Matthew Schlappy, and it's fielded by Tristan Brown, the sophomore, and he goes to the ground with it. And the Knights will be on defense first here right around midfield.
I think you saw a lot of energy that play. There was an onside kick, and so they were just sprinting to that ball, really wanting it. And even though Greenville recovered the ball, they were there to really play through it.
Yep, you are right. So it's our first look at Greenville Christian's offense out there on the field here in this one, as we will look to see here. They run it up the middle on the first play, and the Knights unit all over that one on the defensive stop. Levi Williams is the runner there on a first down, and he falls forward for about no gain. We'll say no gain on the play here for the Greenville Christian Eagles. Here we go, 2nd down and 15 here to start this first drive of the quarterfinals. Greenville Christian takes a snap, pitch back. This is Williams again. Juke move up, still going for about 7. And did the ball come out at the end of the play? Yes, it did.
Wow.
Looks like it did, and the Knights have it. So a fumble recovery there for Valor on the play.
Smith, I believe, right?
Yeah, it looked like Cannon had it. He's been good at recovering those fumbles all year and doing a nice job for the Knights there. Valor will take over right at midfield here for the Knights. So Knights will have the ball right around midfield, and we'll see if they're able to do anything with it here in this one. Knights wearing white helmets, blue jerseys, and white pants. Greenville Christian with black helmets, white jerseys, and black pants. Here we go. Bear, 2 men in the backfield. Motions 1 out. Here's play action. He wants to throw. Going deep. Connor down the side. It is caught in stride, and he goes down at the 10-yard line. First down, Knights, and a lot more. About 30 yards there on the completion to Connor McFarling, and the Knights will move the chains here as the unit goes hurry up right at the 10-yard line. Bear takes a snap, pitches. This is Duke running near side, trying to get the edge. He does, and falls forward for about 3. Headed down right near the out-of-bounds marker, near the 10. Looks like they'll give him, they'll spot it at about the 8 here, and it brings up second down. Jake, this Knights offense going tempo early. Here's a pitch. Duke to the far side this time. Again trying to get the edge. Avoids one tackle and is rattled out of bounds again. This one a positive gain, but not quite enough for the touchdown. And it brings up third down and goal once again. Jake, what do you think we see here on third?
I think they're going to keep it with that tempo. They're going out fast. I think the refs are kind of slowing them down a little bit.
Yeah.
They're wanting to really go, go, go. You're sounding like an auctioneer.
Here's Bear, fires, incomplete for James. And here's an early fourth down. This game has been a fast-paced game so far. Knights got the fumble recovery, and Jake will see what they draw up here on fourth. Knowing Coach Bird, we may see a pass here. We might also see a run, but we'll see what they draw up. Knights unit again quick to the line. Bear takes the snap. He wants to throw over the middle, and it's caught for a touchdown. Connor McFarling there in the end zone gets the grab, and so Bear with his first passing touchdown of the game, and that will put the Knights lead at 6-0 with 8.5 minutes left. Jake, just Connor wide open over the middle.
Yes, sir. I think we're going to see a lot more energy, and I think on defense we're going to see if the offense is going to be able to break them down. They got a really good fumble recovery, but we're going to see what happens when they're going to have to be forced to go for pass plays. They haven't passed it yet. Let's just see what happens when the offense tries to slow them down a little bit.
We will see. Here we go. It's Matthew trying to add 2 more with his leg. Ooh, and the kick is blocked at the line. You can hear the Greenville Christian faithful applauding there following the blocked kick here. And Jake, want to set the stage here a bit. This quarterfinal matchup here at the Highland School in Irving, Texas. A little under 2 hours from Waco. Brand new turf field. You were saying before the game, you heard they've only played 4 games on it thereabout.
Yes.
You could feel the newness in the turf walking around on it pregame. And just a great venue. Temporary lights here, the little stands on wheels that you see in parking lots sometimes. Temporary light standards, still working on the track as well. And we will see. I think, Jake, in a year or two, this place is going to be really, really nice.
I think so.
Yep, we will see. They've got a temporary scoreboard in the back of a pickup truck parked out there beyond the end zone. So they're making do, but a nice venue here, and I think it'll really improve here in Irving. Really nice place for the Knights and Eagles to square off. Matthew set to kick it away. Knights hold a 6-0 lead at 8.5 minutes to go first quarter. Matthew raises the right hand. He's going to kick it away. It is a squib kick again, falling on by 6 again. This is Tristan Brown. Brown to the edge, trying to get all the way, but is stopped by the Knights. The 25-yard line into Knights territory, and that's a good return on special teams, Jake. You talked about it a lot. I have a feeling special teams is going to play a part in this game.
I think so. I think that onside was well kicked, but the runner was just able to kind of back up, get some space, and then really just find where the holes were and got all the way through. I believe that's a 10. That's where he got.
Let's see. They will spot it. They will spot it about the 27, maybe.
20.
Hard to tell.
6 man is weird.
Yeah, and also the markers, the line markers on the other side of the field. So sometimes blocked by the visitor bench.
They made it further than that.
Yeah, let's see. Looks like a pink towel from a Valor player ended up on the field that our head official will clear here. But Jake, you can already hear the sounds here in the atmosphere. You can hear both fan bases very energetic for this one. You can see pretty packed stands here. Stands are a bit small, but a grassy area out to the right, and it's pretty packed here for playoff football here on this Friday night.
Yep, good showings by both groups. Lots of energy,
Yep, snap to Fiesel, and he will hand off to another runner for no gain. Looks like stopped at the line. Let's see what number that is. Looks like that was Owen Pitzinger, the senior, stopped for no gain. Jake, looking at this roster before the game, they have 3 juniors and 1 senior on a roster that has about 20 guys. Tells you the dynamic there, and they're going to have talent for years to come. Absolutely. Here's the pitch. This is Williams again. Williams trying to make a man miss. Tries to get around the edge, but is brought down out of bounds with very limited gain there. Looks like they will move it forward. Actually, about 4. That's more than I thought he got. But looks like it'll be 3rd down and about 11 here, first quarter, with our score at 6-0. Valor leading.
We're gonna see what happens on the 3rd down too, because last game there was a lot of conversions where Valor slipped up with a kind of a little foul. Some flags were thrown. There was a lot of 3rd down conversions that the offense had last week. So let's see if Valor can really lock into this defense and really make sure they get a stop here. 6-man, a lot can change, but a stop early would be really nice.
It would, and that's one thing we've seen for this Knights team throughout this season is they've been able to get timely stops when they needed them. Here is another one. Here's the snap. It's a pitch to Alex Fiesel. Fiesel going to throw now. Incomplete. Ooh, off the hands of Tristan Brown, the sophomore. His intended receiver had him open downfield. A well drawn up play, but pass fell incomplete off his hands, and it brings up 4th down and about 12. We'll say 4th down and about 12 here. Upcoming an early test for this Greenville Christian offense.
I think you've got to see a lot more of the Valor defense kind of have to break down and really do their thing. They haven't gotten any kind of early recoveries or big plays, but they've really consistently been able to keep them right at the line of scrimmage, to keep them where they are, not let them get anywhere.
Indeed, here we go. The snap goes back to Alex Fiesel. Fiesel going to throw, and incomplete. Had Tristan Brown again, a very similar play, but overthrew him as he was about at the 10. That was where the 1st down marker was, and the pass falls incomplete. So it's a stop on defense for the Valor Knights as they stop Greenville Christian here with 6:50 to play in the first quarter. Knights lead 6-0 here. And Jake, that's a good stop for the Knights. Coming into this game, you never really want to take too much stock in these, but 6-man football had Valor favored by 45. We'll see if that ends up being the case.
This really is a playoff game. Extremely excited on both sides, even though if one side wasn't able to convert, extremely energetic and really ready to play.
Yeah. Oh, here's a pass. Connor trucks a defender far side, still on his feet and out of bounds about 3 yards shy of the markers. A nice play there on a swing pass to Connor McFarling. Of course, caught the Valor Knights touchdown earlier in the game here in this one. And stay tuned. Throughout the game, we may sprinkle in some questions in the chat. We may do that shortly after this next drive. Stay tuned in the chat, and you're more than welcome to answer some of our trivia questions we may provide. Here's a play where James is unable to get to the 1st down marker, but still productive play up the middle, and it'll bring up about 3rd down and 3. I want to say thanks for tuning in. Here just underway, about 4 minutes into the first quarter and this ball game. James motions out. Here's Bear backpedaling, fires Bennett. He's got the short catch. He's going to run for a lot more. Up the near side, he's got one man to beat, and he trucks him, dives, end zone, touchdown. So the Knights score on a short pass that Bennett Herman hauls in, and he runs all the way about 40 yards for the touchdown. Bear with his 2nd passing touchdown. Bennett with his 1st receiving touchdown of the game, and Jake, our MVP from last week, showing out early. Here we go. Matthew Slappy trying to add 2. His first kick was blocked for the junior, but we will see if he is able to convert here. The snap, hold, kick is up, but it is good. So it gets through the uprights, and our score is now 14-0. So we will sprinkle in a chat question here for you, as we will let Jake be mostly in charge of that. And so, Jake, you got a question for us?
Yep, if you're listening, I'll repeat it a second time. But what was Coach Bird's first coaching job? I'll say again, his Coach Bird's first ever job as a coach. Yeah.
Yep, we will put that in the chat for you, and feel free to respond with what you think the answers are to that question. So it is in the chat. Feel free to respond, and we will see if you can get that answer. We'll say by the next time Valor is on offense, we will provide the answer for that question. We've got Jake's dad chiming in early, saying Highland Park. Jake, that is incorrect, I believe.
I would say that was incorrect.
Here is a kickoff. It's deep and returned by Alex Fiesel. Fiesel falls up to the 25 or thereabouts. And so it'll be first down and 15 upcoming for Greenville Christian from the 25 inside their own territory. If you're new to six-man football, it is a 80-yard field rather, instead of the traditional 100, also shrunk on the sides. And PATs, your traditional kicks are worth 2. Your traditional two-point conversion is worth 1. As Jake's dad says, boo, after getting the question wrong. So shout out to Jake's dad for responding to our trivia questions. Once again, in the chat, feel free to chime in. Here's another pass. Falls incomplete from Fiesel. He seems to be their go-to player right now through the air, trying to pass the ball as the pass falls incomplete. Also return kicks. He's a freshman, so maybe a guy to keep an eye on in future years for this Greenville Christian School team.
Quick hint for the trivia question. Quick hint, his first coaching job took place somewhere in Waco.
That's a good hint, Jake. Yep. So we will see if people can get that answer, as it is in the chat. Once again, we'll repeat the question. What was Coach Bird's first ever coaching job? So that is the trivia question in the chat. Here we go. Pitch back. This is Levi Williams looking to throw. Incomplete.
Almost picked off by Bennett Herman.
Intended for Pitzinger. Yeah, almost picked off there. As Jake said, the senior unable to haul it in for the Knights, but also the senior was the receiver intended, and he was unable to haul it in for Greenview Christian. We've got 2 more guesses here. Jake's dad says Parkview, and Mr. Guest says Connolly Junior High. Jake, are any of those correct?
Both those are incorrect.
Incorrect. I will say the junior high. That's closer. That's closer. We'll give you a hint. It was not a high school job, I believe. Right, Jake?
Yes, it was a middle school, junior high coaching job.
Here's Williams. He's got time. Now he's going to take off and run. Oh, he's got yardage. Very close to the first down on the scramble. And we will see if they give it to him. Yes, they do. Wow, that was a nice play. Another rule of a six-man is the fact that whoever the ball is snapped to cannot run, but if it's snapped to somebody and they pitch it to somebody, that second man can run. So that's what happened there on the scramble. Ducking to about 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Valor Knights lead 14-0 over Greenville Christian. We have another guess, Indian Springs and Connolly High School. 2 more guesses, Jake. Indian Springs is very, very close. I will say that. Oh, fumble.
Out.
Here we go. We got a fumble, and the Knights look like they have fallen on it. So ball popped out there in the middle of the run, and the Knights recover their second fumble of the game. And with 4:56 in the first quarter, the Knights have a chance to keep adding to this lead. And Jake doing a really nice job on defense here, stopping this Eagles offense.
Yeah, I think so, and I think they're going to really get in a rhythm on offense. They've converted every time they've got to stop, and so I think they're going to really kind of get into their groove, get comfortable, but also confident. And let's see if the Greenville defense can stop them.
Indeed. Here we go. Bear on offense here. First down and 15 for the Knights from his own 24. Duke in motion. Jet sweep play action. Here we go over the middle, and Bennett with a hauled-in catch. He spins off a tackle. Oh, he fumbled, but he fell on it. Oh, my goodness. Nearly disastrous there. Broke a tackle and fell on, stayed up, but then fumbled the ball, but then dove right back on it. So Jake very close to being a disaster there for the Knights, but ultimately it just turns into a big passing play, and they're inside the Greenville Christian at 25. We have another guess. Looks like Mr. Curtis chiming in with the Robinson Junior High. Once again, that is incorrect. The question is, what was Coach Bird's first ever coaching job? It was a middle school job. Here's a one-on-one deep shot. Back shoulder, incomplete. Intended for Duke there on the far side of the field. It was in the end zone. Would have been a great catch, but the ball was looked like overthrown just a tad, and that will mean it will be second down and 15 coming up here.
Looks like Duke was open early, but really looks like Bear wanted to put him in the end zone, and he almost got it.
Yep. I like the Knights being aggressive here on offense here to start this one. Here's play action to Seth. Comes back, fires, incomplete. Looked like that was intended for James. James was running a shorter route, and that ball was thrown more towards Connor. So a little bit of miscommunication there for the Knights, and it brings up third down and 15 here. Greenville Christian faithful trying to make some noise for their squad. As the crowd is buzzing here on this quarterfinal evening here in the TAPS D3 playoffs. Coach Bird signaling in the play call. Bear alone in the backfield. Now gets ready to take the snap. Does so, drops back. One-man pressure, fires, and it is caught. What a ball. Threw it right where it had to be in the end zone, and Connor McFarling hauls in his second touchdown of the game. Bear throws his third passing touchdown, rather, and we will get you some stats for Connor as far as receiving touchdowns, counting the 2 today. He is up to 20 now on the season, and with Bennett's one today, they are now tied. So both Bennett and Connor have 20 receiving touchdowns on the year, and following this kick, we will answer the trivia question for you. Matthew's kick is blocked again, so they're getting some immense pressure here as Matthew drops to a 1 of 3. And Jake, you want to answer our trivia question here?
The answer was,
as he will look it up here,
Carver Middle School, which was in Waco ISD. Carver Middle School.
So Carver Middle School is the answer. Said Indian Springs was very close. Carver Middle School actually had a fire in their building a couple years ago, and so they actually shared a building with Indian Springs for a little bit. So those two schools very tight, but actually Indian Springs was very close. So we will give that guest some credit, and stay tuned throughout the rest of the broadcast. We'll have more trivia questions like that. So just stay tuned we'll put them in the chat. We'll also talk about them on the air, and you can have your guesses in the chat as well. Here we go, 20-0 lead, Valor Knights with 4:02 to play here in the first quarter. Have Matthew Schlappy to kick it off out there here as he squibs it again. High hop fielded again by not Williams. This is Brown running far side and dives forward towards midfield for about a solid return. We'll say about a 10-yard return there, and they will set up shop right about midfield there at the 40. So once again, want to say thanks for tuning in. Ben Brown, Jake McCormick with you live from the top of the stands here at the Highland School in Irving, Texas. Brand new turf field this year. In fact, it was completed, and still building the track around it. Some gravel, some mud out there following the rains yesterday, but really nice posts, field goal posts, really nice turf field, and we are broadcasting live here from the Highlands School. Here we go, Greenville Christian on offense. A three-man look in the backfield, rather. Diamond formation, as six-man calls it. Here's a pass early, though, from the man who was snapped to. That was Alex Fiesel, and Fiesel fires incomplete to the far sideline, and it brings up second down and 15.
I think if Greenville can really get in a rhythm here, they've had some open looks, so if they can start really converting on that, they can have a scary offense that's going to make it a competitive game.
Yeah, they've had looks. Getting looks hasn't been the problem through the air. It's been completing those that has been the issue. Greenville Christian founded in 1976, so they've got a quite older history than the Knights, but Knights here trying to pull off this win. Here's a snap back. Looks like he's going to run. Now Williams fires. Sidearm over the middle. My goodness. Great toe tap to stay in bounds by Owen Johnson. That was an impressive play there, as it's a first down and more down to the Knights' 20-yard line there. It looked like the quarterback there was just going to start to run there, but instead he fires complete to Owen Johnson downfield, and the sophomore makes an impressive catch there to stay in bounds and then evaded a tackler for about 5 more. First down and 15 from the 22-yard line. Greenville Christian following their first completed pass of the day in business as they are very close to the red zone. They've already fumbled twice here in this one. They are trying not to do that again. Here's a snap. Diamond again. Fiesel fires. Complete. And the tackle is made after a solid gain. It'll bring up second down here as we look at the spot of the ball. But, Jake, you mentioned Greenville Christian, if they were able to complete some passes here, and they've been able to do that, and looks like they may have an attack.
They've really been trying for those quick looks. I think they've gotten the ball off the snap, really thrown it immediately to their open looks on the sidelines, and they've done a really successful job with that on one other play and then these past two catches.
Yeah, I would agree with that as we'll see what they're able to do. Here we go. It's second down. The pitch goes back to Williams. He'll fire. This one is complete. A strong tackle from Bennett Herman there. Keeps him from the first down as the catch was made about 2 to 3 yards shy of the marker. And so it'll be third down and very short here. Jake, we've seen him fumble twice already on runs, but with the passing game going, do you think they just try to go to something short once again?
I think they're going to keep with the passing. It's working well. It looks like they have 2 men in the pocket and the 1 man in the backfield, and they're just pitching it back to him, and those 2 options are just kind of diving out for a dump pass, and they're getting some really good yards off that.
Yep, here we go. Pass complete. This looks like a first down as the man stays up and then falls to the turf. Landon Wilburn, a sophomore, with the catch. We will see, and they will mark it first down and goal. So they've found success on these quick passes, and that's what Kingdom Prep had to do last week to move the ball. Coach Bird with a lot of blitzes last week. Haven't seen that as aggressively in this one, but those quick passes are starting to pile up, and the Knights are going to have to figure out how to adjust and stop those for the remainder of this game. Here we go. Both crowds getting energetic here in this one. A great playoff atmosphere out here. Pretty small stands here, and so both crowds condensed and making a lot of noise. Here's Greenville Christian in the red zone. First down and goal. Dancing in the backfield. Runner spinning to the goal line. Lunges, and he is short, I believe. Looks like they will mark him short for, oh my goodness, that might be at the 1-inch line. It's at the 1 yard line at the very least. As an impressive run there, gets him much closer towards the touchdown, and we'll see what they dial up here as we dip under a minute to play here in this game. Coming into this game, they are Greenville Christian is ranked 131st in Texas, according to sixmanfootball.com. For context, the Knights are ranked 34th by sixmanfootball.com. So a couple of rankings there for you. Here we go. They will hand it off up the middle, and it's a touchdown for Greenville Christian. So just a fullback dive kind of play up the middle, and they're able to score. The Eagles score there off of it, and the score is 20-6 following the touchdown. So now a 14-point lead for the Knights, a chance to cut it to 12 for Greenville Christian as they will try to attempt the 2-point kick here. And Jake, they're kicking with the field goal that immediately backs up to the it's the unfinished part of the track, and it's pretty muddy out there following the rain. So but the kick sails way wide right. But that ball is going to have to find a towel and get cleaned off. It was pretty muddy out there before the game.
Our shoes are not clean anymore.
Yeah, we were out there fielding kicks for Matthew before the game, and it was pretty muddy, but it was fun. As the kick is no good. 20-6 is the Valor lead. Jake, let's hit the fans with another trivia question. What do you got for us?
All right, which Valor football coach played a D1 sport? Which Valor football coach played a D1 sport in college?
Which Valor coach played a D1 sport in college? That is one of the, what do we have, 5 coaches for the Knights out there on the field. So which one do you think played a D1 sport in college? You can chime in with the coach, and then if you think you know what sport, go ahead and chime that in as well. So what sport, what coach, and then if you're feeling adventurous, what school did he play at? So we'll get some of those guesses
triple
in.
header there.
Yeah, a little triple header there as the onside kick does not go the required amount of yardage. And the Knights will take over in Greenville territory. So good starting field position here for the Valor Knights. We have an early answer, and it is Coach Arp. That is the correct answer. So we will move on to the second and third part of that question. What school did he play at, and what sport? So Coach Arp is the right answer. Says football, and the school is correct at ACU. So shout out to Mr. Curtis there, I believe, on the answers. He knows his stuff. So we'll get another trivia question out there shortly, but we're still warming up here on this Friday night. Bears set out there for 1st and 15. Has Duke in the backfield with him. 37 seconds on the clock, first quarter. Bear fires quick. Wheel route to Duke. He's got a little gallop and a first down as he barrels over a defender for a first down inside the red zone. And the Knights will be in business inside the red zone from about the 18-yard line here. As we'll see if they try to get another play in here before the end of the first quarter.
I think Valor's going to really rely on these explosive plays. They've done a great job of getting those quick touchdowns, just keeping them going.
Here's another one. Pass out to Duke. Bubble screen on the far side. Trying to outrun him, and he is tripped up near the line to gain about a yard short if they don't give it to him. And that may be the final play of the first quarter. And, yes, it will be. So the clock expires here as we've got whistles. And at the end of the first quarter here in this quarterfinal matchup of the playoffs, it is 20-6. The Valor Knights have the lead. Stay tuned. When we come back from the break, we will have a couple of rankings for the schools, and we'll have another trivia question for you courtesy of Jake McCormick. Once again, 20-6. We'll be back in a moment. This is Valor Knights Football. Here we go, just about set here for the second quarter. 10 minutes on the clock here in this quarter final matchup. Want to say thanks for joining us here, Jake McCormick and Ben Brown with you live. Here's Bear dropping back. He wants to go end zone, touchdown. Connor McFarling with the catch. He's got the hat trick, indeed, with his third receiving touchdown of the ball game. Bear is up to 4 passing touchdowns on the night, and we'll see if Matthew can add 2 more. So promise you another trivia question. How many active players are on the Valor roster? This is not counting injured players. So how many active players are on the Valor Knights roster here tonight? This is not counting injured players. So Jake has the answer. We'll let you take some guesses, and we will see what you come up with. Here's a broken snap, but Matthew Schlappe picks it up and fires to the back of the end zone. And it looks like it is complete for 2.
I think it's 1.
Are they gonna say no good? It would be 1. You're correct. They say no good. Oh man, that was a nice throw by Matthew on the run there. Incomplete, as it looks like the receiver was not able to get his feet down in bounds there. So 26-6. Jake, we've seen an inability to hit on special teams here on these kicks for the Knights. It's been a bit odd. Greenville Christian doing a great job getting pressure. Knights have been good at that all year.
Yeah, I think Valor's done a really good job with special teams. Matthew Schlappe's been converting all of them, and really those extra points are really add up in the end. I think we would be at 6 extra points. Off conversions, and so it's like every special teams matters, and they've done a great job of that in the past. Just can't find a rhythm tonight, it seems.
Indeed, you are right. So we will see if Matthew does here on the kickoff here on following the touchdown. 26-6. Valor holds a 20-point lead here in the second quarter. 9:57, one play into the second quarter. Once again, we have a trivia question in the chat. You can respond there. How many active players are on this Knights roster? As the onside kick, you heard it there, Knights nearly recovered, but they are unable to do so. Greenville Christian will take over on offense. Once again, that trivia question is not counting injured players. So you can chime in the chat with your thoughts. And we want to say thanks for tuning in here on this Friday evening. About to hit 50 viewers on the night, 50 listeners, and we know there's much more than that listening per household. So thank you very much for tuning in. Here we go, Greenville Christian. Here is a play action, spinning, or rather it's a run, handoff up the middle for about 2 yards. And that brings up second down here and about 13 here following the run up the middle. So Knights will try to rebound, try to keep the defense going after that play. And we'll see what Greenville Christian can draw up here. Greenville Christian is ranked 129th in Texas according to Max Preps. So a 2 ranking difference between Max Preps and sixmanfootball.com. Valor ranked 34th in, let's see. Valor's ranked 19th in Texas according to Max Preps. So Max Preps likes the Knights more. Here's a pass complete, near side, and that's going to be a touchdown for Greenville Christian. Looked like busted coverage there as Alex Fizel gets the pass and scampers to the end zone for 6. So a nice play there. Really looks like busted coverage on the back end for the Knights. So here we go. That bumps the score 26-12, our score, as we play here in the second round of the TAPS 2A D3 playoffs. If you're wondering about realignment, next year Valor will be in the 3A category, and so they will move up in there. They will also be D2, I believe, for football. Here's the kick, and it sails through, so they get it here this time. And it is 26-14. Jake kind of started a bit rough for Greenville Christian, but they've rebounded here and kept it going.
Yeah, I think Valor's just going to really have to react and recover. They're going to have to go and get more of a lead, keep those touchdowns coming, but then they're really going to have to slow down that Greenville offense and keep them from getting too close, really just distancing that lead some more.
Indeed, Greenville Christian faithful getting rowdy here as their cheerleaders lead them in a chant. And Jake, you love to see the fire from both teams. This is probably the best crowd we've seen for a playoff game so far, and the Knights crowd doing a great job. Greenville faithful doing a great job traveling out here. DFW area a lot closer for both teams. I think a bigger crowd plays into that as well. But and then we've got all of you listening back home, so thanks for tuning in that way as well. Here's Connor McFarling fielding the kickoff, or rather it's James fielding the kickoff right about the 30, right before there.
Catch.
Yeah, it looked like it was kind of a pooch kick in the air there, and James fair caught it inside the 30. So Knights will look to go about 50 yards here for the 52, we'll say, for the first down as the ball is spotted on the 28-yard line. Once again, we have a question in the chat for you. How many active players tonight are on the Valor roster? This is not counting injured players. So if you have thoughts, please feel free to chime in there as we have a whistles, and it looks like a timeout now is called. Coach Bird wants to have this offense make sure they're on the right page here upcoming for this play. Let's look at the playoff bracket, the game that the winner of this game will face. So the winner of this game will face either Azel Christian or Christ the King from Lubbock. So one of those two teams will take on either the Valor Knights or the Greenville Christian Eagles next Friday. That will be the day after Thanksgiving, and the winner of this game will play the winner of that game. Christ the King, according to Max Preps, ranked number 58 in the country, or in Texas rather, in 6-man. Azel Christian number 80 in Texas via Max Preps, and then 103 6-man rating. Crisis King with 73 6-man rating. So Crisis King favored in that by a little bit, but Jake, that'll be a good matchup, and we'll see if we can get that score by the latest. It'll be tomorrow, and we'll know who the winner of this game will face. Here we go, 1st and 15. Bear drops back, 2-man rush, fires over the middle. Matthew Schlappy with the catch. Tries to break a tackle, has some help from Aiden Murray, but is blown up following, kind of dragged the defender with him. But ultimately, that's a tough gritty run there following the catch for about 7 yards.
He did a really good job of just not going down, not taking that tackle. The Greenville did a great job of kind of coming in and group tackling him, taking him down. A great tough run.
Yep, here's Bear. He rolls, fires, comeback route, and it is caught by Bennett Herman. He steps out of bounds. Tackle on the play is made by Owen Johnson, the sophomore for Greenville Christian. But it's a Knights first down, as it is a catch for Bennett there on the near sideline, and it is worth a first down. Here we go, 1st down and 15 again. Bear drops back, Knights going tempo. Now he's going to have all day. Oh, he's got a free man down the right side, and that man is Duke as he walks into the end zone for a touchdown, and that'll bump the Knights lead up 32-14 now following the Duke receiving touchdown. Jake, what'd you see there?
I think he was just wide open. I couldn't tell what kind of rotation the Greenville defense had, but there just wasn't anybody covering him. I think there were some blitzers who kind of started falling back, realizing there were some open men in the backfield. Bear did a great job of connecting with Duke, getting that free play in.
Indeed. We will see if Matthew Schlappy can add 2 more with his leg here. 32-14, Valor leads Greenville Christian here in this one. Second quarter action, 8:23 on the clock. Matthew's kick, this one clears, and it is good. So up and through for Matthew as he hits his second kick of the day. 2 out of 4 now on the afternoon, or on the evening, I should say, at 50% for Matthew.
I think Valor's going to have to really slow down this offense here to keep it from being just a back-and-forth game. Really just try and distance that lead some more.
Yep, we'll see what they're able to do. Mentioned earlier, Knights wearing white helmets with the blue script Knights across the helmet. Also blue tops with white numerals and trim, and then white pants to complement that. So a white, blue, white look for Valor. Greenville Christian wearing black helmets with their logo on it. White jerseys with green numerals and trim, and a black shoulder stripe effectively, and then black pants to match that. So nice uniform combos for both teams. And so that's on the field here under the lights. Once again, lights are kind of temporary standards on wheels. Kind of see them in parking lots sometimes to help light, but I guess they're doing enough here on the field tonight here for service. See Rhodes Horner, Moses Barley, Connor, Cannon, Seth, and Matthew on special teams duty for the Knights. Here's Matthew's kick. It's a strong line drive. He'll take a couple of hops. Oh, nice field there from the Greenville Christian returner. Yeah. He's got a seam, and Levi Williams trying to outrun Seth Flowers. 9 versus 9, and Greenville Christian's Williams wins the battle as he goes straight up the seam for 6. And Jake talked about special teams. That was a really, really good play for Greenville Christian, and it moves the lead 34-20 Valor. 14-point lead now for the Knights as Greenville Christian looks to add 2 more. Just a quick response there to the Knights touchdown. And hey, sometimes these back and forth playoff games can be the really fun ones, and we'll see what we end up having here tonight. Here's the snap. Hold kick is not going to make it very close. Sails off left, and it is no good. 14-point lead for the Valor Knights over the Greenville Christian Eagles. They are 8-3 coming in on the year. Knights are 11-0. They are undefeated and trying to stay that way here in this one, here in the playoffs, Jake, and trying to avenge their semifinal loss last year, and with a quarterfinal win here today. Again, a lot of energy out here on this Friday night. Under the lights here at the Highland School here in Irving, Texas. We have a response from Jake's dad on our trivia question. How many active players are there on the Knights roster? He says 17. Jake, I believe there's 19?
There's 19.
There are 19, so there's the answer for you.
Close.
We'll get you another question following in just a couple of moments. Here's James Hoagland on the return. He's brought down at the Knights 35. So Greenville Christian trying to make some defensive stop here and get some momentum. So once again, 19 is the answer. So Mr. McCormick very close with his guess there. And once again, we'll have more questions throughout the evening. So stay tuned to the chat, and we will talk about them on air as well. You can respond in the chat. Here we go. First down and 15 for Valor from their own 35-yard line. Bear drops back, fakes the handoff to Duke. Fires, pass complete to James. James makes one man miss, gets a full head of steam, cuts back across the field. He's got one man to beat. Down the seam, down the sideline, and upended. Oh, the ball's out. And now it's still on the ground, and now Greenville Christian's got it. So a chaotic play there. James got the pass and ran, cut back across the field, got to the sideline, and ultimately got almost hit sticked there. Looked like he was hit in the stomach. Looked like the ball popped out, as now our officials look like they're going to confer about where to spot this football, as it was very close to the end zone, but they will give it to Greenville Christian. So Greenville Christian gets the football following the fumble. Jake, we've seen 3 fumbles in this game now, 2 recovered by the Knights, 1 recovered by the Eagles, but they're at their own about 1 yard line here, so they're going to have to not fall victim to the safety as they trail by 14. But man, this is a drive where, Jake, if they score it to 1 possession game, and you feel a lot differently about how this one could play out.
That's why the back and forth gets a little scary, is because it's just close enough to where a little mistake like that can really cause some issues.
Yep, here's a pass off the receiver's hands and incomplete there. Short pass again. Would have been very limited gain if he caught it, but the short pass falls incomplete, and it brings up second down. Now, this is the unfortunate part for Greenville Christian here, is they're backed up deep in their own territory. Looks like about their 1 or their 2 yard line where the football is, and so they're trying not to, if they run it up the middle, we've seen this Knights defense be good about stopping that, and so it looks like they're trying to hit these short passes, but Knights defense trying to clamp down on that as well. Let's see what Greenville Christian does here on this second down and 15. Here's the snap back. It is a run, and it is close at the goal line. Very limited gain, if any, here for the Eagles. Looks like they will not give him anything, and it will be third down and about 14. Actually, they will give him a yard. So third down and about 14 upcoming here for the Greenville Christian Eagles, trying to extend this drive here, trying to get it out of the shadow of their own goalposts.
This could be a rare occasion where another team punts, especially when you're 4 yards off the goal line. This is one of the opportunities where a 6-man team actually punts. We haven't seen that all year, really.
Yeah, not very common, but here's a fumble. Ball is on the ground. It's scooped up by the Greenville Christian runner. Oh, now he throws it. Oh, and it's incomplete. That was a play that could have gone disastrously for the Valor Knights, as it was supposed to be a run. It was a toss play that was dropped, and then the running back picked it up and tried to fire it downfield to his receiver. And if they'd hit that, Jake, it might have been a touchdown. And I mean, honestly, that's a play we can come back to, circle that, and that could end up being a huge factor in this game. Yeah. And we will see if Greenville Christian decides to punt
like
here.
They're gonna go for it.
Yep, we will see.
They might be punting it.
Yeah, this is a formation that they could punt or pass out of. Let's see.
They've done this formation before, trying to get those short passes. Looks like they're going to punt, though.
They are going to punt. Oh, what a line drive. But, wow, what a roll. So it will roll past midfield, and they will down it. It looks like they will down it inside of Knights territory. So Knights will start at their own 38-yard line. That was a pretty good punt, Jake. A lot of punts we see at this level. They're kind of shanked, or they don't go where they're supposed to. That was a line drive, so not the greatest form or technique maybe, but it was effective. Took about a 20-yard roll downfield, and ultimately it puts the Knights in their own territory. And if nothing, it stopped them, probably took a minute off the clock there from what would have been a Knights touchdown following the James pass. But he's got to flush that fumble now and just go out there and play more ball. Here's Bear backpedaling, 2-man rush. He fires, it's caught. Aiden Murray, center with the catch. He's got head of steam. Up the sideline, gets a block, and tackled at about the 20-yard line, but a first down and a lot more for Aiden Murray. Tackle on the play by Tristan Brown. Jake playing six-man. You see a lot where the center snaps it and then just slips out for that pass. And it is a big gainer for the Valor Knights. Looks like we've got whistles now. You know what we have not seen in this game so far is a penalty.
No, we haven't.
Into the second quarter, and we haven't seen a penalty.
Pretty clean game.
Yeah, it does not look like there will be one here. But that we've seen, that was an issue for the Knights last week. Had a lot of penalties, but they've really clamped down on that here this week. Here's Bear, fires, pass complete to James. James is tackled, an ankle tackle there. Good tackle by the Eagles defender at about the 15-yard line. So it will be second down and 15 upcoming. The line to gain is the 1-yard line. So likely somewhat of a second and goal situation, but technically they could get to the 1, gain the first down, but not score. Here we go. Bear drops back in the shotgun. Two-man pressure again. Fires it back to the end zone. A head-top opportunity, and Bennett Herman makes the catch. Gets the toes down and spins the ball there to the referee following the touchdown. So 40-20 now as Bennett gets his second receiving touchdown of the game. And Jake Bear with 6 passing touchdowns already. He has looked really sharp in this one.
And I think there was really great effort by Greenville there. Just jumped a little early and allowed Bennett to kind of slip through and catch it.
Indeed. Here we go. Matthew will look to add 2 more with his leg here on the kick. Here's the snap, hold, and the kick is rocketed up and good. So it is, the kick sails through the uprights. Matthew now is 3 of 5 on the day. So 3 of 5 on kicks on the day for Matthew. Some interesting splits on Greenville Christian coming into this one. An 8-3 record, 4-3 at home, but 4-0 on the road. So all their losses at home so far, and they're not at home here in this one. We'll see if they're able to come back.
Yeah.
Let's see, Jake, do we have another trivia question? This may be the final one of the half, but we'll give you another one.
We got one more. Alrighty, let's see. What could we do? Where did Coach Bird attend elementary school? What school did Coach Bird go for elementary school?
Yep, we will put that in the chat. Where did Coach Bird go for elementary school? So you can put your answers there in the chat as we are trying to spell elementary right. Friday nights of a Thanksgiving break, not the greatest time. We're missing an N. There we go. Spelling can be an issue sometimes, but we got it there.
Miss Brock's a pretty good literature teacher. You got it.
Yeah. We'll shout out Miss Brock here on the air, but this Friday night, we sometimes have issues with math, but today we could not spell elementary right. So if I'm ever on a spelling bee, elementary may get me. Here we go. It is Greenville Christian set to go out on offense following the kickoff here with 5:40 to play in the second quarter, and this is a big drive here for Greenville Christian as they are going to try and respond to that touchdown. Had a chance to cut it even less, down to 7 if they could have scored on that last drive, but they had to punt it. Knights scored, and here's Greenville Christian with the ball again. Here's pressure, Seth Flowers, and he brings down the quarterback in the backfield. Cannon Smith in there to celebrate with him. Seth Flowers just got through the line and absolutely destroyed the quarterback there for a sack. And it pushes Greenville Christian back all the way to their about 13-yard line. So it looks like about a loss of 10 on the play. And it brings up second down and 25 following the sack.
And we've seen a lot of that from both Seth and Cannon being really aggressive on the line, especially last week. I think, how many sacks did they have last week?
It was a lot. It was at least 8.
Lots of pressure from the blitz. This is the first time we've seen them really get some good pressure tonight. So we'll see if they'll continue with that, see if that gets them in a groove on defense.
We will. We'll see what they can continue to do. The game plan has not been blitzed so far. We'll see if they continue to do that. Seth again blitzing. Good blocks this time. Oh, but Cannon's in there. And now Seth joins them to WWE style. Almost tackle him there. It was a two-man effort to just wrangle him to the ground. And it's another sack for this Knights defense. Man, back-to-back plays. They've brought the pressure. Seth first and then Cannon on the second one. And that's about a loss of 5. So it brings up third down and about 30 upcoming as they need to get it to the 38. So they need to get it to the Eagles 38 as Greenville Christian tries to convert or at least get close here on third down. Looks like the clock will be about 4:05, 4 minutes roughly when they snap this ball. Here it comes. Here's two-man pressure again. Oh, pass gets out this time. Complete for a positive yardage. And the man with the catch is Owen Pitzinger, the senior. And he's got actually decent yardage there. Looks like close to the original line of scrimmage maybe before Luke Curtis brings him down out of bounds. So want to remind you we have a question in the chat that you can respond to. Where did Coach Bird go for elementary school? So that is the question. You can respond in the chat here. We'll probably leave it up for the remainder of the second quarter. Looks like some subs in here for Greenville Christian late in the play. So I wonder if they might punt here. Although it looks like they're going to go for it. Doesn't look like a punting formation. Here is a run. Oh, now it's a trickery. Fires, and now they're going to go deep and incomplete. Oh man, that looked like a good play there as they were able to hand it off and then a throw back across the field to the quarterback, who fired it deep for Owen Johnson there on fourth down. It's a turnover on downs. Man, it looked like they might have had the receiver. He just kind of pulled up abruptly. Might have been out of his reach there, but again, a well-drawn-up play. You got to shout out the Greenville coaches here in this one. They've drawn up some good passing plays, just haven't quite been able to hit them. And the Knights will go back out on offense with a chance to really extend this 22-point lead here in the first half. Bayer takes a snap, drops back. He's going to go deep again. Connor, and he is unable to haul it in the end zone. And it falls to the turf, incomplete. A good shot there over the middle for Connor, but incomplete, brings up second down. Good atmosphere once again here on this Friday night here at the Highland School. That is the neutral site in Irving, Texas that we are playing at here tonight. 3:42 on the clock, second quarter. Knights have a 22-point lead. Bear, good blocking, has another chance to fire it deep. He does, and it is it complete? Like yeah, it looks like it's complete to Connor downfield. They will say it is complete. Inside of the 5, I believe.
It's got to be the foot line.
Yeah, we will see where they spot it. At the very least, it looks like about the 1, maybe the 2, somewhere in there. We'll say, let's see where. Yeah, we'll say the 1 yard line here. Here's a run. Here's looks like gonna be a run. It is a run. James Hoagland into the end zone, touchdown on the handoff. So first rushing touchdown of the game for the Knights, and it's James Hoagland getting the rushing touchdown. And Jake, nice response there, and 48-20, a chance to push it to 30. Really critical touchdown for the Knights. Matthew Sheppy to try and kick it on for 2 more. I want to shout out Mr. Hoagland for doing the PA here right behind us here at the Highland School, and so he's in the press box. We're right outside. It always brings some great energy. Here's the kick, and it is up and through. So now 4 of 6 for Schlappy with his leg, and the Knights extend their lead to 50-20 here with 3:21 to play. Jake, do you think the Knights stay on the pedal here, try to blitz more? What do you think?
I think they're going to see a mix of it. I think they've done a really good job of being able to get Seth and Cannon and then really cause some issues. But you've also seen Greenville really be tactical and be able to dump off those passes to the blockers in front, be really quick with their passes and getting them off. And those resulted in some pretty big plays. So I think we'll see a mix of a little bit more caution, making sure Greenville's not going to go anywhere, but also make sure they're pressuring the ball.
Yep, indeed. Here we go, as we will see what the Knights do here on the kickoff. Will they squib it? Will they kick it deep? Matthew Schlappy will do the honors for the Valor Knights. Once again, I want to say there's a trivia question in the chat. Where did Coach Bird go to elementary school? That is the question. We'll leave it up for the remainder of the half until somebody gets it. You can respond in the chat once again. Here's Matthew to kick it away. He does so via the squib variety. It's returnable again. Same man. This looks like it's Williams. Williams through the line, and Seth Flowers with a good tackle. Still really good yardage on the return for Williams as he gets to the the 30-yard line there for Greenville Christian. They only need 30 yards for a touchdown here, going from left to right. And we'll see what the Knights elect to do on defense here. Oh, looks like we have a penalty. Looks like a holding. Yep, our first penalty, as Jake says. Looks like a holding penalty, so that will bring back the football to, looks like, where will they spot it? Oh, they're going to back it up a ways. And at the 31, so that'll be at the Greenville Christian 31 rather than the Knights 30. So that looks like it's about a 20. Must have been from the spot of the foul, because it wouldn't be a 20-yard penalty. So it must have been from the spot of the foul with that holding call. Here we go, 1st and 15. They need to get to the Valor 35. Here's a pass. Ooh, strong hit from Cannon. They're in the pressure, makes the pass fall incomplete. It was intended for Pottsinger as it falls to the turf incomplete. And now with 3:11 to go here in the second quarter, Knights hold a 30-point lead over the Greenville Christian Eagles. As we say, thanks for tuning in. Ben Brown and Jake McCormick with you live here from Irving, Texas. Jake, getting to travel to your first non-home game. What do you think of the atmosphere?
I think it's really fun. I think the playoff game makes it even more exciting than an away game. The Greenville hasn't really it's a decently close game.
Yeah.
But I think more importantly than the scores, both sides are extremely excited and energetic about the game. There's never been a moment where you doubted anybody's effort or attitude out on the I almost said court because I played basketball, but on the field. Looks like a fumble.
Yep, the snap is botched, but it's picked up. Now he wants to throw. He does over the middle. Oh, it's incomplete. Yeah, incomplete is the ruling. So that's the second botched play that they've tried to just turn into a pass, but has fallen incomplete. Did you have anything else you were going to say? Or,
I think that's it. I think both teams are doing a really good job despite the score. It's an exciting playoff game.
Yeah, 50-20 is the score. But, yeah, as Jake said, I mean, both teams have had some big plays in this one, and we've seen a kickoff return for a touchdown from Greenville Christian, and the Knights have had some big offensive plays as well through the air. Third down. It looks like 3rd down and 15 here for Greenville Christian. High snap, fielded, quick pass. Here it's complete to the far side. He gets about 7 yards, we'll say. So 7 yards complete on the pass to Ian Diershek. We'll say that. Sophomore with the catch, and it brings up 4th down here. 4th down and about 7 upcoming. So 4th down and about 7 or 8 here on the here for Greenville Christian.
These 4th down conversions are no joke, though, especially in 6-man. You've seen some really long 4th down conversions this year, and so this is a pretty short, all considering.
Indeed. Here's the pitch back. Here we go.
Cannon's there.
Yep, they're going to throw. Deep downfield. Oh, he's got a man. Oh, it's caught. Wow. As he goes to the ground at the 10-yard line. Pass complete for a 1st down and much more. As it was complete to Landon Wilburn, the sophomore. As it was a pass. He got behind the defense and then had to sprawl out to make that catch, a diving catch, and he caught it before sliding out of bounds. So really nice effort there from the sophomore. And Jake, that's a big 4th down conversion as we hit the 2-minute mark, and the officials will have a timeout. So it looks like they will give both teams the 2-minute timeout. We will take a quick break, and we'll be right back. 50-20, the Knights lead the Eagles here in this playoff match. Both fans' bases making lots of noise here during the 2-minute timeout here in this ball game, and Greenville Christian has 1st down, I believe. 1st down, yes, 1st down and goal from the 10, following their big passing play on 4th down. Here's a play action Fake. Pass fired. Oh, and nearly
Almost
picked
picked.
off. Cannon Smith dropped into coverage there and nearly had a sliding pick in the corner of the end zone, but the pass falls incomplete and brings up second down. So, Jake, we've really seen once Greenville Christian has kind of abandoned the run, they've kind of gone with some more play action, some short passes. They've been more successful. We'll see if they keep that up here on this second down. They break the huddle. Knights defense trying to hold firm inside of the red zone. Ball at the 10. Snap comes back. Greenville Christian trying to score. Quarterback looking to throw and sacked. Oh, but a flag comes in.
Looks like there might be a face mask.
Yeah, Cannon Smith brought him down, but the official was right there and tossed that flag. So we will see what it is. Looked in the vicinity of a Knights penalty. As we await our officials' signal here. Looks like holding, face mask, personal foul. So it's a face mask on Cannon Smith, it looks like. And I believe that will give the Greenville Christian Eagles a first down. Still says second down, but I believe it's first. Maybe it's second down. Yep, they're saying first.
Oh, yeah, because they missed the first.
Yeah,
catch,
so it's a first down,
really?
half the distance to the goal because it was a personal foul. So it's a first down, half distance to the goal. They'll say at the 4 now. So at the 4-yard line with 1:49 to play here in the second quarter. The Knights defense backed up in their own territory deep, trying to get a stop against the Greenville Christian Eagles. Here's the snap. Pitch back. This is number 5, Fiesel, firing end zone. Oh, it's up in the air and nearly picked off as it was off the hands of the intended receiver for the Eagles. Looked like Levi Marshall, the sophomore, was the intended receiver, and that ball falls to the ground incomplete and brings up second down and goal from the 4. A little bit of a dimmer atmosphere here. The lights, temporary light standards down there on the field mentioned earlier. This is a brand new turf field. The field complete, but still looks like a track they're going to put around it. And also probably some lights and a permanent scoreboard likely in the plans as well. Really nice venue out here already, and it'll be added to later this year. Here's the snap. Play action. Actually, it's a handoff, rather. And immediately upended Duke there at the line. We'll give him a yard there. Brings up third down and goal here from the 3-yard line now as Duke makes the tackle. Third down and goal. Key moment here in this first half. Valor has a 30-point lead, looking to keep it that way. Greenville Christian trying to score and cut into that lead here on this play. Once again, I want to remind you, we have a trivia question. Where did Coach Bird go for elementary school? Here's a fumble on third down, and it looks like the Knights have it. They do. So the Knights able to make a defensive stand in their own territory. Jake, good eyes there as the Knights get the fumble recovery. I believe that's their third of the game here in this one, and the 4th fumble we've seen overall between the two teams. What did you see there, Jake?
I think they just fell on it. I think it's simple as that. The ball popped out and they were quick to it. I think they're really going to have to convert on this offensive session right here to really keep the score a little bit more comfortable.
Yep, a 30-point lead right now. Valor will receive the kickoff to start the second half, too. And so if you could score here, you'd be setting yourselves up well coming out of the break for more success. So Knights at their own 4-yard line. James motions out. Here's Bear. Heavy pressure. Fires over the middle. Connor with the catch. Oh, good tackle. Won't see Connor go down on the first tackle much, but he's brought down there at about the 10. And as the clock ticks inside at 50 seconds to go in the first half, the Knights will get to the line quickly. Here's Bear. Man in motion again. This is Bennett. Takes the snap. Fires. James Hoagland. Catch. Tries to get out of bounds. Stays in bounds. And now will go out of bounds as he's very close to the line to gain. As we'll see where they spot the football. Oh, it looks like they'll say he stepped out at the first spot. So they will spot it about 5 yards shy of the line to gain with 35 seconds to go. here in the half.
Oh, looks like an offsides.
Oh, very close. Yeah, we do have the flag. Pass downfield, nearly intercepted. Wouldn't have mattered anyway with the offsides penalty. Pass incomplete as Tristan Brown had hands on it.
I think that offside's going to move them all the way to the first down.
Looks like it. It's about 5 yards to the line to gain. So we will see where they move this football. Score is 50-20. Knights have the lead over the Greenville Christian Eagles here. And Jake, they do indeed give the Valor Knights the first down with 30 seconds to play in the first half, and the Knights leading 50-20. They still need about 60 more yards for a touchdown. We may see a deep shot here on this play. Here's Bear, drops back, fires.
Quick pass.
It's James with the catch on the far side, makes the first man miss up the sideline.
Hurdles
and
him.
he's still going.
Goodness.
Hurdles a man, breaks out of there, and he will score. So a touchdown for the Valor Knights. My goodness, he must have broken 3-4 tackles on that play.
I think the hurdle was the most impressive.
Indeed, he just leapfrogged a man, takes it to the house, and a great play there for James as Bear checks in with his 7th passing touchdown of the ball game. He's been really sharp here in this one. James has a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown now to boot, as Matthew Schlappe will get set to try and kick it out there for 2 points. Here's Matthew. See the smoke blowing over from the concession stand.
Smells pretty good.
Grilling some burgers over there as the kick sails through. Matthew now 5 of 7 on kicks here in the first half. So with 16 seconds to play, 58-20, a 38-point lead for the Knights. And Jake, they get the ball to start the second half. If my math is not mistaken, if they scored a touchdown and got the 2 points out of the break, that would be game, I believe. But likely we will see that on the other side of the break. We'll see what the Knights like to do here. Do they kick it off deep, or do they squib it short?
We've also seen Greenville 2 returns today.
I think it was 1 for a touchdown and another for a big gain.
Yeah, they've done a great job of returning it, so this could be a good opportunity for them to kind of give them a little extra time in the half to try and catch up, try and keep the game going to the end. Come back maybe. And so I think Valor's going to have to really lock in on defense here to make sure they don't let up anything big, especially in a game like 6-man.
Yeah, 6-man is an adventurous game, and defense can end up being the deciding factor in these games. One more chance for you to answer our trivia question in the chat. Where did Coach Bird go to elementary school? Kickoff fielded deep. It's the return as the Knights just trying to bottle him up and keep him from a big gain, but he gets a big gain. Still running before Cannon Smith shoves him out of bounds right around midfield. But, Jake, they're going to have an opportunity to get 1, maybe 2 shots at the end zone here.
8 seconds to go.
Yeah, we'll see what they're able to do here. About 40 yards from the end zone. 8 seconds. That's 1 long play or about 2 short plays. So we'll see what they try to do here on this play. Once again, first half just about over. 8 seconds remaining. Valor has the 58-20 lead over the Greenville Christian Eagles. Ben Brown, Jake McCormick with you live here from the Highland School in Irving, Texas, a neutral site here for this playoff game. Man in motion. They're gonna want to go deep. Now they come back short. 5. Oh, it's incomplete. As with 4 seconds to go, pass dropped. I'm not sure that was gonna break big anyway. So we will have 1 more play. It looks like here in this ball game. If you're the Knights, you probably just drop your safeties back deep.
Ugh. Goodness gracious. That's what it looks like they did the last play too, is kind of just drop deep.
Yeah. Yep, looks like they're putting Matthew and Connor back beyond the first down marker here. Luke also deep as well. Greenville Christian will just take a knee, and that'll end the first half. So 58-20 is our score at the end of 2 quarters. Valor holds a 38-point lead over the Greenville Christian Eagles here in this quarterfinal matchup. We will take a break, and on the other side of this break, we'll come back with the trivia question in the chat. Where did Coach Bird go to elementary school? We'll also take a look at the playoff bracket for the Valor Knights, and then maybe we'll check some other playoff scores from around the state as well. All coming up on the halftime show. 58-20. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
They would greatly appreciate it.
It is halftime here at the Highlands School here in Irving, Texas, as it is halftime with about 13 minutes left in the halftime period. Knights hold a 58-20 lead over the Greenville Christian Eagles. Let's take a look at the playoff bracket here that the Knights are a part of. It is the TAPS 2A D3 bracket. As it is tonight, rather, there are 4 games tonight and tomorrow there are 4 games in action. Christ the King Cathedral and Azle Christian is happening right now as we speak. The winner of that game would play the winner of this game, Valor Prep and Greenville Christian. Hill Country Christian and Faith Academy of Belleville are also in action here on this evening. The winner of that game will play the winner of Heritage Christian and Brazosport Christian. That game is tomorrow at 3 p.m. So by tomorrow night, we'll know the full Final Four, and those games will be Friday or Saturday of Thanksgiving. Likely Friday should the Knights win. So we will get you those times and dates as soon as we can. But Jake, let's give them the answer to the trivia question. What is it? It is where Coach Bird went to elementary school.
The answer is Kennedale Elementary.
How do you spell that, Jake?
No clue.
We'll take a gander. Yeah, we won't put it in the chat. We'll just say Kennedale Elementary School, rather. And so that's where Coach Bird went to school. So even if you had gotten that right, that's a tough one to spell. So that is the answer to that one. Third quarter, we may have one more question for you. So stay tuned for that. Also, some stats as we will bring those to you here as at halftime. The Knights have a 58-20 lead. Bayer has 7 passing touchdowns. Connor 3 receiving touchdowns. Bennett 2 receiving 2 receiving touchdowns. Duke a receiving touchdown. James a receiving touchdown, a rushing touchdown. And then Matthew Schlappy, 5 of 7 on kicks. So, Jake, all in all, first half, what did you see from this Valor squad?
I think they've done a really good job on offense, just converting well. I think they've had one turnover. That was a moment where they just kind of fumbled the ball. It came out, but they've done a really good job of just converting those offensive opportunities. And I think they've done a pretty good job on defense, I'd say. They've held them to 20. That's pretty good. They've had 3 turnovers.
Yeah, they've had 3 fumbles.
They've recovered 3 fumbles. So I think they've just done a really good job of converting on those opportunities for those scores there, making it a bigger lead.
Yep, so with about 10 minutes left in the halftime period, we'll take another break. We'll come back with some scores from around the Waco area, playoff games, both UIL and private school. So we'll have those for you on the other side of this break. But once again, 58-20, the Knights lead at halftime. Here we will be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. This is Valor Knights Football.
It's like I've never heard that before. In the gym. Yeah. Imagine taking a whole different Palmer family. What the heck? She's trying to get the collection.
Knights head back out onto the field. As they descend the steps onto the field, Greenville Christian has already taken the field here as we have about 5.5 minutes left before the second half starts. Promise you a couple of scores from around the Waco area. In a TAPS matchup, Brazos Christian, this is TAPS D4, has defeated Sacred Heart by a score of 52-7 here tonight. And then a couple other scores from around the area. Rosebud Lot trails by 7 in their matchup. China Spring at the moment does seem scoreless in that one. And then Harker Heights trails by 25-40 in that contest as well. La Vega tied at halftime 7-7 apiece in their matchup. And then a pair of homeschool teams in a Teao game. It is 12-0 for BVCHEA Homeschool over Austin Royals. So those are the scores. A little bit of scores from around the Waco area as here at halftime, 58-20. Valor has a lead by the score of 38. Jake, anything to say before we go to our final break of the half?
I think they're going to really look to put this game away with a final possession. I think Coach Bird is going to do a great job of just making sure they possess the ball. No big mistakes like a turnover, and they're really going to want to push through, not get stopped. They've been really explosive out there, so I think they're going to try and continue that. Just having those big plays, getting excited, getting energetic, and then just putting 100% into the plays that they run. And I think they've done a really good job of getting some really big pass plays out of Bear and his wide receivers.
Yep, they've executed well in that front, and with about 3:50 left in halftime, we will take our final break. Reminder: the Knights get the football to start the second half, and so if they were able to score a touchdown and then add 2 more, I believe that would do it for the game, as they hold a 38-point lead right now. The mercy rule is 45. We will step aside, take our final break. We'll be back in about 2.5 minutes here to wrap up halftime, and we'll bring you the third quarter live when we come back. No, rather both special teams units getting out there to start here in the second half, as looks like the Knights getting set to receive here with about 1.5 minutes to play in the halftime period, left in the halftime period, and then it will be a 10-minute quarter for regulation time. But we are hoping that the Knights will be able to score on their first possession and then ultimately end the game via the mercy rule at 45. Thanks for tuning in here on this Friday night, as we are live from the Highland School in Irving, Texas, a private school with a brand new turf field. Ben Brown, Jake McCormick with you live. Jake, what was your favorite thing you saw from the first half?
I think the big explosive plays from Valor. I think I said it before this past break, but really being able to get those big plays to move the ball down the field just over and over and over again, just being quick about it. Not getting slowed down by the defense or deterred by the defense at all. They had a couple slip-ups, but other than that, they've done a really good job of just moving the chains over and over again.
Indeed they have. As we hope to have one final drive left, we post our final trivia question of the night. What was Coach Foy's favorite Valor football game so far this season? You can chime in your answers down there in the chat. Fair catch called for and made by James Hoagland here on the kickoff return as he does so inside the 30-yard line. So once again, the question, what was Coach Hoy's favorite Valor football game so far this season? Once again, you can chime in with your answers in the chat as we are trying out something new today with our trivia questions. And Jake, I'd say it's worked pretty well. That was Jake's idea, so a shout out to him for finding new ways to engage the fans. And want to say thanks to all of you for tuning in here tonight, and for those of you who have participated in the chat. First down and 15. Knights looking to end the game here. A touchdown +2 would do so. Bear fires, rolls, Matthew Schleppe, and it's over everybody's heads there. Just trying to get rid of the ball as he was trying not to take a sack. And it falls incomplete and brings up second down and 15 here. Ball on the Knights 25. So they need to go about, let's do some math here. About 55 yards here for a score. Remember, it's an 80-yard six-man field instead of the traditional 100 you see in 11-man. 2 men in the backfield. Bear takes a snap, drops back, hands it off. Seth fires around the edge. And that is a strong tackle fumble as the ball goes out of bounds, and the Knights will retain possession. So Seth on a run there, tried to get the edge, couldn't quite do so, and fumbles out of bounds, meaning the Knights will retain possession here as it looks like we'll see where they spot it. It looks like they haven't moved the spot of the ball. So looks like no gain and no loss on the play. And looks like we've got a penalty rather. Holding, looks like holding on the Knights. The penalty is declined. That's interesting. So they'll decline the penalty, and instead of replaying second down, we will be looked like they said declined. Anyway, it's third down. Yeah, so a 5-yard loss on the fumble. They just hadn't moved it back yet. So third down and about 20 here. Knights need a big play downfield to convert. Snap. Bear takes the handoff and drops back. Pressure as he fires it in the air and short of his intended receiver, Bennett Herman. Also short of the defender there on the play, Tristan Brown. Nearly was able to pick that as Bear just had to kind of fire it off his back foot there. And it does not appear the Knights are going to try and punt here, as it would likely be Matthew Schleppe or Danny Smith out there to punt. And I don't see either on the field right now. So it looks like, it looks like the Knights may go for this. Here's the snap. Bear takes it, rolls out to his left, fires. It is caught, and that's a first down. It could be more for the Knights. James, one man to beat. And he's tripped up just short of the 20, but a strong effort there for a first down and much more. Down to the 21, although it looks like we may have a flag in the backfield. We do. So a penalty flag in the backfield, and we will see what this turns out to be.
I think this is a scary situation for Valor.
Yeah.
That Greenville defense has been scrappy, and they were able to get that fourth down conversion, but we'll see if they'll have to do it again.
We will see. Here we go. Looks like personal foul. Roughing the passer.
There you go.
So roughing the passer on a Greenville Christian, and that will give the Knights additional yardage following the catch. So Greenville Christian commits the penalty there, and the Knights will have this football moved forward even more. So ball was spotted on the 24 following the catch, and this gives the Valor Knights a massive opportunity to try and close out this game with a score here. Would also need the kick, though. That is the stipulation. They would need the kick in order to seal it, as they will spot the ball now at the, let's see where they put it down.
It's first and goal.
Yeah, looks like first and goal from the 11. So first and goal from the 11. Bear takes the snap. Knights looking to score. Free blitzer. Bear evades him. Now fires. End zone. Picked off. And it's Greenville Christian running back the other way. Picked off by Levi Marshall. The sophomore makes the pick. Don't see Bear throw a whole lot of picks. As a matter of fact, on the year, I believe he has single digits. We will check that for you here in a moment, but Bear does fire the interception, and that means this game will continue on. Knights will need another stop and a score, as he was looking to hit Connor there in the short end zone, but the pass was picked off. A really nice play there by the defender.
I think that Greenville pressure has caught him a couple times. Just had to have him force a couple passes, and I think that's kind of the straw that broke the camel's back, and they got to pick off it.
Indeed, here we go. It is a complete pass, I believe, or as its far side, nearly a first down, as they will spot him about 3 yards shy of the marker to gain. So that is where Greenville Christian is, and they've got some new life here as they will try to score. Once again, remind you, we have a trivia question in the chat. What was Coach Foy's favorite Valor football game from this season? If you have an answer, you can put it there. And we will reveal that in a few minutes here as Greenville Christian is on offense. Fires deep. Well, that's a good throw. Sideline. Oh, did he pick it off? Matthew Slappy looked like he nearly had
Incomplete.
it.
He called it.
Well, let's see. Jake, yeah, I believe it is incomplete.
I think he caught it, but I don't think he got his feet in.
Yeah, I think his feet may have been out of bounds. And
Great effort, though.
Yeah, they're going to mark it incomplete. So nearly a pick there for Matthew. Great effort on the sideline. It was a 50-50 ball that Matthew nearly came down with. Impressive effort from the Knights safety. Matthews had to fill in for Parker Jones, who has been inactive with a shoulder issue for the latter half of the season, and Matthews done a good job doing so. Here's a quick pass that looks like miscommunication there. Looked like the quarterback thought his man was on an out route towards the sideline as the pass sailed over his head, incomplete. And it brings up fourth down. Fourth down and about 3 as Mr. Hoagland tries to get the crowd rolling here. And we've had a great crowd here in this one so far, Jake. I'd say it's one of the best atmospheres we've seen all year.
I think so. I think it's been exciting. I think Valor's games have gone a little short this season. They did a great job of kind of getting games over early, but I think this has been a really competitive despite the score. Greenville's had a lot of energy. They're here to play. It's a playoff season, and I think they've done a really good job. And so I think this is an exciting game for sure.
It is indeed. Here's a big fourth down. Fourth down and 3. Greenville Christian trying to convert. Snap back. They're going to look to pass. Now we're going to scramble. It's the quarterback. Cannon can't make the tackle, and he's still going.
I don't know.
Knights are saying he was out of bounds, and they will mark him out of bounds, it looks like. So looks like he tried to take off down the near sideline, and the Knights bench was all over that as they signaled that he stepped out of bounds a yard shy of the marker, if that. My goodness, what a stop and what a stand for this Knights defense here. And they will take over 1st and 15. Jake, another opportunity to try and end this football game. Once again, Knights were favored by 45 in this game, according to sixmanfootball.com. Now, those spreads don't always pan out, but for the most part, I feel like they're pretty accurate, and the Knights are trying to follow through on that here in this game. Once again, winner of this game would play the winner of Azle Christian and Christ the King Cathedral from Lubbock. Here's Bear. He fires. James with the catch. He's up the far side, rather. Kind of hops out of a tackle, but does so out of bounds at the 30-yard line. And it's a solid 10-yard, 9 or 10-yard gain there for James as the Knights are trying to score here. 58-20 the score currently, a 38-point lead as they will have 2nd down and 6 upcoming. Bear alone in the backfield. Now motions Duke in. Goes behind him to the far side. Now drops. Looks to fire. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, now evades a would-be sack. Now he's going to fire deep and incomplete. Bounces it to Connor there, who is inside the 15. Let's see.
Looks like going to mark it about the line of scrimmage.
Yep, we do have a flag. So Jake with the keen eyes there as we've got a flag on the field. Let's see what our head official tells us.
Flag on play.
Looks like unsportsmanlike conduct, if I am correct, on Greenville Christian. Let's see what they move, where they move this football forward.
Not sure what that was, but it's on the Eagles. And that'll bring up 1st down, Valor Knights.
Let's see. I believe it's unsportsmanlike conduct. Think so, yeah. Unsportsmanlike conduct, maybe. So I think that's what we'll roll with here on the play, as it's a 1st down for the Knights no matter what from the Greenville Christian 15. 1st down and goal from the 15. Knights looking for a score. Bear drops back, fires. Oh, one-handed
catch.
grab by Duke. He's going to try and
Oh,
score with it.
horse
And
collar.
now a horse collar tackle. Now, granted, it was kind of necessary for Greenville Christian, as otherwise he was going to score. But Duke with a great one-handed catch on the run, pulled it in and then nearly scored on the play as he was right about the 2-yard line. So this will likely give him a first down at about the 1. We'll see. Yeah, horse collar tackle on the Eagles. And Jake, the Knights are about a yard or two away from extending their season, extending their undefeated record here, and trying to punch this one in.
I think they're going to be able to punch this in, but I think what's going to really make the difference is that special teams. Greenville's done a great job of covering the Valor special teams.
That's
and
true.
They really need to convert that. Otherwise, Greenville's going to get another shot at it.
Indeed. Here we go. Crowd makes noise. Defense trying to get a stop for Greenville Christian. Knights offense trying to score. Here's Bear. He takes the snap. Looks to pass. Over the middle. And it is caught. Touchdown. Looks like James, I believe, on the catch. Or Connor. Let's see. James it is. So James with the touchdown, as it's his second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Bear with his 8th passing touchdown of the game. And now with a 44-point lead, Jake, it looks like Matthew could add 2 more on and win this game right here if this kick is good. But you mentioned Greenville Christian special teams unit has been good throughout this one. You want to give us the answer to our trivia question?
Yeah, I think I'm going to watch the kick real quick.
Yeah, we'll do it after the kick. Well, that sounds like a good plan. James the holder, low snap.
He's
Kick, though, is good. So Matthew puts it through, and the Knights will go on to win this quarterfinal matchup against the Greenville Christian Eagles by a score of 65, or I think it's 66-20 rather. So 66-20 is the final score here in this one. And Matthew finishes it off with his kick, 6 of 8 on the day. Bear 8 passing touchdowns in this one. We will give the MVP to Bear. 8 passing touchdowns makes sense. He had a really good effort tonight. There were really very few passes that he was off the mark in. We saw him rebound today with a really, really strong performance. So as we wrap things up following a 66-20 Knights win, Jake, you want to give us the final answer to our final trivia question? What was Coach Foy's favorite Valor football game so far this season?
Coach Foy's favorite Valor football game was the Jonesboro game, says where they had to be the most competitive and really dig deep in that game.
Yeah, that was a game that showed a lot of strength, a lot of grit for the Knights, and so that is the answer. But once again, Bear is our MVP here in this one, as the score is 66-20. That is the final. Knights pull out the dub here in the quarterfinal. They will play next Friday, likely awaiting the winner of Azel Christian and Christ the King Cathedral. That game likely back here again. It could be, Coach Bird was saying, it could be back here at the Highland School if Azel Christian wins. However, if Lubbock or if Christ the King pulls out the victory, that game will be in Abilene. So one much closer than the other. We will, one of us or maybe both of us, we'll see if Jake can make the trip. Thanksgiving break, it'll either be Abilene or Irving, and we will let you know about that later on in the week. Once again, the final score is 66.